Hello, thank you for joining me at Bakerstamps. Today I'm going to be reviewing the January to June 2021 mini catalog. You might notice that the mini catalog has a new name change referring to the dates, January to June. This new title aligns better with the world market. So I'm going to share some highlights from the mini catalog and hope you enjoy them. So one of the features about the catalogs is that many of the stamps are featured as suites. So I'm going to start out by showing you the first suite that's my favorite. I have four favorites. The first favorite is called Hydrangea Hill, and in this suite you get have the opportunity to get, let's see if I can make sure everything's in the picture. There's the stamp set, Hydrangea Haven, and coordinating die cuts that go together. There's some fabulous acetate, mercury glass designer acetate paper. I love this gorgeous grape ribbon and the pearls, plus some wonderful designer series paper. Now I tried to get this one, but the stamp set was not available when we had our demonstrator pre-order, so all I had was the paper and the embellishments, and so I did make a card from that, and it's kind of a take on one of the samples. Here's a nice little gift box, and so this is the card that I made, and all I did was I used some of the designer series paper and cut out the hydrangeas. I used my lovely label punch to extend. I have another video that shows you how to use your punches to make larger cutouts by slipping the paper in from the back. So that's what I did for my background, and that's another piece of the designer paper. I actually use an embossing folder that's from the Forever Fern suite. It's called Greenery Embossing Folder. It's a little narrow embossing folder. And the new gorgeous grape ribbon, which I love this organdy ribbon. It ties so easily and it holds it, and the pearls anyway. It's just a really pretty suite that I'm loving. The papers are so gorgeous. That's the full size, and instead of showing you all of them, because I'm afraid that my video is going to go really long, this is just a quick sweep of the papers that are included in this particular suite. So that's Hydrangea Hill. If you did not receive a mini catalog from me in the mail and you want one, let me know. I have some that I can get to you in person or in mail. We'll figure that out. The next suite that I'm going to show you is Dandy Garden. It's on page 24. And it's got, this particular suite has two different stamp bundles. One bundle is the Garden Wishes bundle, and it's got die cuts, and the other is the Dragonfly Garden bundle, and the Dragonfly bundle has a punch that goes with it, and the punch fits this dragonfly, obviously. See if I'm getting my light. My lighting is not very good. I would like to work on that for you, but not today. So the Dragonfly punch, I don't even know if you can see that image because of the lighting. There's a little bit. Anyway, so the Dragonfly punch fits the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. It also fits the designer series paper. The designer series paper for this particular suite comes in 6x6, and so some of the papers have dragonflies that do fit that punch, but it's got such a nice variety of paper in that 6x6 stack. Some of the cards that I made, this is one that I made. It also includes these little ladybug embellishments, so cute, and some mossy meadow braided twine. I really enjoyed working with this. The papers are just really vibrant colors. There's also a new Blackberry Bliss ribbon that I didn't use it in this card, but it's kind of a striped ribbon, and that's another really pretty ribbon that's available. It's not in this suite, but it is in this mini catalog. So this is the Dandy Garden suite. There's also with this suite a Memories and More. There's Memories and More card pack that has two different sizes of cards that are great for scrapbooking, but they're also adaptable for using in your cards. And then there's a Memories and More card and envelope. And these cards and envelopes, they come in a package where the card already has a background for you, and then the envelopes that fit. So I made a couple of cards from that with some of the designer papers, and they make really easy cards, just really quick, because you already have the background done for you on that card kit. Okay, my next favorite suite is the Fine Art Floral. Oh my goodness, this suite is so gorgeous. It has so many beautiful new things in it. The stamp set is called Art Gallery, and it is available with die cuts. So it's a two-step stamp set, and also has some great greetings in it. So it's Art Gallery. And then the different things that come in this suite are the designer series paper, and then this is a designer acetate paper. And one of the really cool things about this, let me show you a couple things really quickly. I'm trying to organize my space, and that's kind of a challenge. I have a very small stamping area. So let me show you the papers. So these are the papers, just some of them. And one of them that's included in this paper set is this sheet. And this sheet pairs with the acetate sheet. So the acetate sheets, there's three different ones. There's this one that has the little, I always think of fleur-de-lis. That's not what it is, but it reminds me of that. Then it has one that's just florals over the whole sheet. And then the third sheet lines up and matches this particular page from the designer series paper pack, and it aligns with the whole page. Now what you'll see is this is just a portion of the page, because what I did was I lined up the acetate sheet with the whole designer paper, and then I cut it into 3 4-inch wide strips, and then I will use those to make cards. And I can show you the particular card that I made using that. This is the card that I made. And I just love that it lines up so neatly. It's just so pretty. Now the other thing with this particular card is that the Just Want to Say is one of the dies that's included in the dies that go with this set. Just Want to Say right here. So it's really easy to use. One of the things that I'm so excited about is the new Stamp and Cut and Emboss Mini. With the flip down sides, this Mini is so portable. It just makes my stamping and cutting and embossing so wonderful, because anything that can be used with that smaller embossing folder is labeled in the catalog with a little, let me see if I can show you. Okay, can you see this little image right here? It says Mini, and it has a little green circle, and that tells you that all of these die cuts can be used on the Mini machine. So it's great to get that Mini machine. I have enjoyed it thoroughly. Okay, back to the card. So the die cuts that I used, that Just Want to Say, I used some of the designer series paper to cut that out. And actually this is a card that Sarah Douglas made when she was demonstrating it to demonstrators at our latest onstage event. So I've got this card that I made, and then in fact these are all copies of things that she did. So the other items in this suite, let me back up a page so you can see. You've got the designer series paper, and I used the acetate paper on this particular. I used some of the die cuts because I used the Just Want to Say. I want to point out this right here. This is called Gilded Leafing Embellishment, and it comes in a jar like this, and I'm not going to take it out because when you take it out it gets really big and it grows. So in fact here's a little fleck of it that's stuck to the cover of the jar, the outside. So what you might do is, if you're going to work with this, is get a Tupperware or something that's much larger and put it in there and work from that. It just kind of depends. You just need to be aware that when you open it, it's going to kind of spread out. I love working with it. It's so easy. The two ways to work with it are to use your Versamark with the heat and stick powder, which is in the annual catalog, but they've also, for your convenience, listed it here. The heat and stick powder. And so you stamp with Versamark, put your heat and stick, heat it up till it's glossy, then you lay your gold leaf and you kind of press it on. You can use a sponge, that works really well to kind of press it in, or you can also use tear and tape. So I used tear and tape on this particular card and put it between the pieces of cut paper, and then because the tear and tape was there, I was able to press the Gilded Leafing into it to make this pretty card. And then I just added some gold cording that I unraveled. Another card copied from Sarah's demonstration. And then the other way with the Versamark, what I did was I used a sponge and kind of dabbed on some Versamark and did the heat and stick, and then added the gold leafing, just pressing it in, so it gives it a different look. And on this card I also used, there's a new 3D embossing folder. It's just a textured folder, and it's so pretty. What I did was I inked up the inside of the folder and then used my watercolor paper. I inked it up, spritzed a little water on it, spritzed some water on my paper, and it makes these really deep impressions for this background. And then this is more of the acetate paper. The thing that was really cool about this flower was that I stamped it in the yellows and then ran it through the die cut machine, and then I didn't have to fussy cut around the flowers because I also stamped a green one. So I stamped the green, the old olive, and then I was able to just trim a little bit around the yellow before I attached them to the card. So that was an easy trick that Sarah showed us. I love the support of fellow demonstrators because you learn so much from other people. So my next favorite suite is called Sand and Sea, and this suite is another one that has bundling options. So Sand and Sea, the stamp set is called Friends Are Like Seashells, and the die that comes with it is so fabulous. And then also the stamp set, you have some really wonderful greetings in it. So the die that comes with it also matches the embossing folder. So let me show you this. And it also fits the stamps. So this is the die, and then this is the folder, and it might be hard to see in this light, but you can you can emboss and then take that embossed layer, put your die cut over it, and cut it out, and basically what you get, I'll go ahead and show you one of my cards, you get this image. So I stamped it, then I embossed it, and then I cut it out. So you can see the ridges from the embossing, and the stamps, you know, they fit in each one of these bigger stamps fits one of those shells on the die cut that also coordinate. Anyway, just the combination of these three things together, the stamp set and the die cut and the embossing folder, really make for some fabulous cards. So I also love the sentiment in here. Friends are like seashells, you collect them along the way. I also learned from another fellow demonstrator. Let me show you this. This particular is pearlescent specialty paper. It's white, it's pearly on both sides, but she showed me a trick, and it's just fabulous. We had these new blending brushes. It doesn't look like a brush, it looks like a sponge, but it's actual bristles to it, and some all-purpose frost white ink. So what we did was we poured out a little bit, used a brush, and then I just rubbed it all over the cardstock and got pearlized paper. Isn't that pretty? Just amazing. So this is just a sheet. I pearlized the paper with the brush, and then after it dried I ran it through the embossing folder. And another take on this same card in a different color. Oops, there goes my phone. I thought I turned it off. And then here's the third one. Again, that same sentiment. I love this. And this is that lovely label punch that I used on the Hydrangea Hill card and kind of stretched it. So that's from the Sand and Sea folder, suite, excuse me, Sand and Sea suite. These blending brushes are on page 70. They're not listed on the suite page, but these blending brushes, you can use them if you're just wanting to take ink directly from your stamp pad and for a brushed effect. Somebody told me they got one of these on Amazon. They paid like $9 for a single one, and these are 3 for $12, so it's a really good deal. 3 blending brushes, $12. Okay, so on to the next. Now those are the 4 basic suites that are my favorites. There are other suites in the catalog. I'm not going to show all of them just because I'm out of time, but there's an ice cream corner suite, really cute, with its 2 steps, so you get all the different, you can make all kinds of shades of ice cream. There's a snail mail set that's really cute, and then there's one called Well Suited. I will go ahead and pop over to that page. That's on page 66, just because it's a man's set. Really great for Father's Day, but the die cuts can make suits with, you've got all of these really nice masculine papers, and then you can make a suit front. I saw somebody that made some Christmas suits that were so cute, really fun. And then also in the mini catalog, you've got lots of other seasonal stamps, as you would expect, Valentine's, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, plus several greeting sets and kids sets. I wanted to also show you one of my favorite sets that I haven't gotten yet because I just ordered it, but I can't wait to play with it. This is called Pretty Perennials, and I feel like I have tons of flowers, which I do, but I love flowers, and I've seen so many beautiful samples made with this set and the coordinating die cuts. Again, you can use all of the die cuts in this particular set with the mini Stamp and Emboss, cut and emboss machine. So I love this, but I don't have any samples to show you. And then Pretty Perennials. The other thing next, this right here, is the Sweet Strawberry set. Okay, so this particular set can be bundled with a punch that does strawberries. Let's see, make sure you're seeing all of this. This set has the strawberry punch. I've seen people take the strawberry punch and do a variety of things. Anyway, so this is the set, Sweet Strawberry, and this is the card that I made with it. I actually stamped the strawberry on paper that already had the little strawberry flecks on it, and then 2-stepped the leaves and the little flowers. You might think, oh, this is really, really cute paper, and you can get it because it's in the Celebrations flyer. For those of you, if you've not heard of Celebration before, Celebration is the time of year when when Stampin' Up! Offers a variety of products in the Celebration flyer for free when you have a $50 purchase. Sometimes there are bigger offerings when you have a $100 purchase, and that's what this one is. This is the Berry Blessing stamp set and the paper that coordinates with it. So I am going to pull out this paper because so you can see all of it. It is just so fun. You can see this is the little strawberry paper that I used to make my strawberry. But I love the I just used 2 of the papers. I used the strawberry one, and then I used that little red gingham check. And I just love these papers. They're so pretty and just easy to do. And then the Berry Blessings set. So I used the Berry Blessings and the Sweet Strawberry to make several cards because I just kind of went nuts. I thought they were just so fun and so pretty, and the colors. Oh, here's some more of that Blackberry Bliss ribbon I was talking about that's striped. Isn't that fun? I just really like these colors, and just the simplicity of putting these cards together was so quick and easy for me. I'm not usually that great at designing. I'm good at copying, but these 3 cards I actually designed myself. I was very proud of myself for doing that. Okay, also in the celebration flyer, while I'm there, there's also this paper called Flower and Field, and I'm going to show you those papers too. This paper is available free with a $50 purchase. One of the things I like about this paper is that every pair you can use. I must be missing a pair there, because this is a pair and that's a pair. I must have gotten one separated. Anyway, you can use the front and the back to make a card, which is what I did. Was I took this daisy paper, which is really pretty, and the back, and I cut a piece that was basically 4 by 5 1/4, and then I cut it into 2 pieces, and then I flipped the bottom piece and made this card. So you can do that with just about any of the papers in this pack. Make a really cute, easy card, simple, fast. And sometimes simple and fast is what's important to me. So there's also a stamp set in here that I haven't gotten to play with yet, that I got. Approaching Perfection. It's really cute. It's a birthday set. Just, there's so much in here. This mini catalog is, how many pages? It's 91 pages. That's a lot. One other thing in the mini catalog that I really like is at the back, instead of a regular index, it's kind of like a quick guide. I think that's what it's called. To the catalog at a glance. So you've got the catalog at a glance, so you can look at everything's listed in there. So you can just go through the whole catalog at a glance and see the stamp sets, the papers, the dies, and the accessories, punches, everything. Really, really easy. And then also, if you are curious about the bundles, they have a section just on bundles in the back. So I love those resources at the back of the catalog. So I hope that you've enjoyed going through and seeing the fun projects that I've made. And I hope that this has helped you get to know the January to June mini catalog. If you need a copy, let me know, and hope to talk to you soon. You can contact me through my website. If you'll go there, there's a contact button, and you can contact me there. So have a great day. Thanks.